life, it is a challenge. It's a challenge, because there are a lot of things are involved here. Say for example, a young girl comes, she's in the convent for 1 or 2 years, and then she's not sure whether she should continue or she should leave. But there are so many other considerations. If I leave, what will my family think? You know what I mean? I'm trying to be very practical, and so they struggle, they go on. So also with the brothers, with the seminarians, I mean, so there's a danger that some of them will go ahead, and they reach the point of getting ordained, they become priests, and some of them are not meant to be priests. They should have never become priests. They should have, never considered that line because they don't know what they were getting into, Or if they knew what they were getting into, they say, once I become priest, everything will be so different. It never happens. Never happens. In any aspect of our life, in any walk of life, it will never happen. Once I become a priest, I know many people. I tell you, I'm a marriage counselor. That. Many people who told me, Father, I thought when I married him, he would be so different. When I married her, Father, I thought she would be so different. And, so you see, so why discernment? I want you to know why discernment. Discernment because you need to make a choice. We can make too many choices. 6 months a priest, 6 months a married man, right? 6 months a wife and 6 months somebody else. We cannot. See, some choices, some decisions are very, very important decisions. You cannot make mistakes here. Once you make a mistake, you ruin your life. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult. From my experience, I will tell you, I'm very, very free and frank with you. It's very difficult for me to convince a person, a boy or girl, you know what? I think you are with the wrong person. I think it is time that you consider differently. Or maybe, you're not looking at all the, you see, what happens to us very often, we fail to blend this and this. You see? Now, very often we are only heart. Decisions are made with the hearts. You are in trouble. You are in trouble. Sometimes, and most of the times, men, maybe intellectual, plays a bigger role than maybe girls, And you use only your intellect, only your brain, only your head. You are in trouble. And therefore, you need to make a choice, a decision, which is, there is no decision 100% correct or 100% wrong. There's always a chance, you must always leave a little chance for a little mistake, see? Always gives a, yes, with all your consideration and prayer and meditation and all that, you can still make a mistake, you see? That is part of our life. But by and large, you should at least 75% and above, you should be aware of, clear about what you are going to get into. Okay? With all your studies or research or things can go wrong. Things can go wrong. And therefore, how do you make that decision? How do you know that you have made a good choice, good decision? Okay? So, one of the things that will help us to make a decision is following the process of discernment. Discernment. Okay? Now, how do you discern? Now, this is a process. Okay? Now, you must really impartially look at the decision that you are going to make. I said impartially. Don't consider what is external, what is external, okay? what is internal, and you are not, very independent, as best as possible. Look at the decision and see if this is going to, whatever decision you are making or you are about to make, how is it going to affect your life? See, how is it going to affect your life? What impact are you going to have because of the decision? So you need to weigh pros and cons, right? Pros and cons. Write them down, okay? These are the merits, right? These are the demerits. These will be, the problems I can anticipate. These are the difficulties I can anticipate. And if you sit quietly, in that create the interior silence within you, being very honest to yourself, don't be blind, don't allow to be blinded, you write down, these are the things that I like to tuck away. And then you weigh, okay? And be very honest in making that decision with no false expectation of the future. Because things will not change overnight. Things will not change. If you have a problem now, that problem will continue to be there 5 years from today. Unless and until you address the problem. See? It's like, I don't know if you have heard this say, how many years should I pray? I'm sure you have heard this one. Some of you, those who come to my church, regularly, those are Catholics, they know my story. How many years should I pray before my garage becomes a car?
Forever. It's not going to happen.
How many years? So it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
And you know it's not going to happen. So let me give you an example. Here is a girl, beautiful girl, okay? And beautiful boy. For 7 years they were friends. 7 years they were friends. There's something in her told her that this guy is not for me. Okay? I'll tell you a real story. 7 years they have been friends, and she knew she is a motivator, she has to inject some kind of special medicine to make him, to get it. I mean, she knew that for 7 years.
He's a lazy person.
And then they decided to go on with their marriage. Big marriage, okay? On the day of the marriage, something told her very strongly that I don't know what I'm doing here. See? But then it's too late, I told you. Because now it is too late. What will people think of me? I'm an idiot, right? The whole world knew that they were in love for 7 years. And now on the day of the marriage, she says, oh no, I don't like this rascal. That is stupid, right? That's stupid. So she went on. She went on with the marriage.
She knew something was wrong the whole time.
All this year. She's the smartest girl that I have seen in my life. See, this girl's smartness means nothing, I'm telling you. They're sometimes dumb. Sorry. Girls, sorry. I'm sorry. But I must tell you, they're dumb.
She was lying to herself.
Because they don't understand. So this girl went on and they got married. I don't know if they ever had sex. I don't know. I don't know if he was capable also. I don't know. And and they went for a honeymoon. Yeah. She told me she had to be more a man than he himself was.
Well, then maybe they did.
Can you imagine that? They came back home. They decided to get a divorce.
Oh.
6 months marriage.
Wow.
So what I'm saying, all the while she knew